South Korea fines TikTok 186 million for selling children's data. Add at least 2 more zeros to that. They'll pay this off using the money they gained from the selling of data. With that data, TikTok will make tenfold that fine. LOL, that's like saying fine Bill Gates $10. What a fucking joke. Ban it? Like India. But TikTok announced just last week they weren't giving out any user data. Asterisk surprised look star. They made that money faster than it took me to write this comment. Excellent clickbait title for people who don't know out of their head how little money that actually is. Fuck China. They ban other countries' most popular apps. I convinced my boss in less than a minute to block it on our network and all of our devices. I will never not upvote TikTok getting in trouble. The app is so much more dangerous than people realize. It has the power to tap into the trends and popularity of huge numbers of children and direct them to content that is perfectly positioned for every single one of them to believe and be swayed. The app is fantastic and a platform for brilliant creativity, but it's not in the right hands right now. Like fines can't do any harm to a data-hungry company that gets its money from the Chinese government. Just ban the app already. Facebook also need to fines. Misleading titles like this are just disgusting. 186 mkrw is just 150,000 US, which is a fucking joke compared to TikTok's crime and the company's size. Reddit, Facebook, and literally any other big site/company right now, https:// Imager.com/5gcock3w. JPEG. I would tell people not to get TikTok, but I don't want to be seen as a fucking loser. I'm a HS student in America, I don't know a single person who doesn't have the app. All the girls use it, and all the guys use it, but the guys mostly use it because of the girls on it. I've also seen posts talking about how the US would rather ban a social media platform than ban something like the KKK. In my perfect world, both would be banned. I also have friends who changed their location, which I think is kinda stupid. At the end of the day, I feel like most, if not, all social media platforms are just stealing data, which sucks. What also amazes me about TikTok is the fact that some of its biggest stars quit school and college and get paid for making TikToks. One of the more popular groups which lived in the Hype House, whose group consists of teenagers, adults, and I think some guy who was 30. The deal they laid was they had to make 3 videos every day, and they get paid. What a fucking steal, even though these kids were already super rich. I love watching Redditors freak the fuck out about TikTok. It's hilarious. Nobody has ever gave a shit about the invasiveness, so it's just a bunch of thanks for the gold kind strangers yelling at 13-year-olds who don't even know what Reddit is. Don't ban them, keep fining them crazy amount of money, then put that money back into society. Not seeing anyone else ask this in the thread, so I'm gonna go for it. What data do they have on kids, and how did they get it? What's the age range we mean by children? Are parents installing the app on a 10-year-old's phone? If we are talking preteens, are they allowing 10-year-olds on there even? I know next to nothing about the app, so excuse my ignorance. Have they heard of COPPA? This is really a cheap fine that might make companies that didn't share/sell kids' data reconsider. 186 million what? I don't know why anyone is using TikTok. They literally take all the info off your phone. Every keystroke and what you do is being sent to them. Stop using TikTok. Title somewhat misleading. It's 186 M1, Korean currency, which equates to USD $155k. 2 questions. 1. How this selling data works? Why people does that, I mean what they get from it? 2. How fine are charges? PS, I'm more interested in detailed answer for first question. Ignore second. Trump. Haha, yes, die trash. Did they fine Facebook too? I'm not taking sides in this or anything, obviously what TikTok are doing is abhorrent, but aren't Facebook doing exactly the same thing? And we have repeatedly caught them, but everyone in the West still uses it. Why haven't we banned that either? I hope this doesn't come across as pointless whataboutism, it's a genuine question. Like, we think our apps are safe, or not as bad, but I fear that is not the case. A tiny drop in the bucket of the profit they would have made. Ban the app. Downvoted just for that shitty title not clarifying that it's one, makes me think Op did it intentionally to try to get more upvotes. We should disincentivize that kind of behavior. Laughs in Facebook. They stole their name from Kesha. 203,000 Canadian dollars just to let you know. That should deeply impact a company currently estimated to be worth $75 billion. 186 million what? Reads article. Oh. 186 million Korean won, or $154,541. I'm sure that'll make TikTok change their ways. Good on the South Koreans. Anyone else Google this? Nothing comes up. Google TikTok. Nothing. Google TikTok fine. One article, no one is covering this. A drop in the bucket. I don't get why fines like this happen. They're never enough to deter companies from doing the same thing again, and I guarantee the money they made off selling that info makes tiny fines like this more than worth it. Soak it in, gentlemen. Why does the link not work anymore? Why do people act like only TikTok does this? This will just reinforce the idea that TikTok ain't that great to the rest of the world who maybe didn't give that much of a shit as to who owns them and what kinds of data they have and what they're doing with it. That's not much. My wage when I lived in Korea was 2 million Korean wons a month. I wish more people realized the scourge that TikTok is. Is that it? Facebook, SHHHHHHHH. Misleading title due to currency omission. Just ban it. Trustable app. Can someone tell what they need children's data for? Those saying this is peanuts, consider that this is just a small step. If all countries follow suit, then they're fucked royally. I feel like all this TikTok hate is just FB, Google, Snapchat lobbying against them. Big tech in USA is losing a ton of users on their social media apps, IG in particular. Snapchat's already dead, to TikTok, and the easiest way for them to get them back is by having this app banned. Misleading and stupid titling. 186 million won. Put the currency FFS. China already tracks all their people 24/7 and ranks them. Every other country is doing the same secretly. How much did they sell it for? That's equivalent to $150,000. That'd to be extremely low as just an operational cost, let alone it being a government fine. Did anyone save the article before it got the Reddit hug of death? Only 168 million? That's not even $1 for every child. Link not working. Excuse me, what? WTF kind of data are they selling? LOL. This somehow doesn't feel like enough. Slappy slap on the wisty wist. Chump change for TikTok. We have read the privacy information. They said they didn't give their privacy information. China LOLD hard. As long as companies are punished for breaches like this with fines, this will continue to happen. They should be fined the total profit and then 20%. A fine of pennies is a waste of everybody's time. A slap on the wrist. What's the point of such a small fine? I guess now we know why China's interested in TikTok. Pocket change. These fines are always silly. Moral of the story, committing crimes is profitable and punishment free. I hope everyone else follows India and SK example and bans/sues that cancerous CCP spyware. You don't slaughter your piggy until it's big and fat. Same goes for business. Sickening. That's equivalent to a slap on the wrist. Laughable. Yeah, okay, but I'm sure Reddit does the same thing. It's just advertising. Ban social media. Lots of hurrah from a community of people that upload every TikTok repost that shows up on its website Lmok. No surprise India banned it. Thank God they got that shitty app gone. 186 million what? Apples. Oranges.